It's finally summer in Montana, and I know you probably want to get out there and cover some ground and see Montana, so I'm here to give you the best Montana road trip. This road trip is called My American West Road Trip, and it will guide you through 160 miles of round-trip Montana adventure. First, you're going to start in Three Forks, Montana, and from Three Forks you're going to head southwest to Sheridan, and in Sheridan, Montana, there is an excellent brewery called Ruby Valley Brewery, and there's also a pizza parlor attached to it called Bread Zeppelin, and all of their pizzas are classic rock themed, and there's this cute old-fashioned pizza window that you slide the pizzas through to the brewery side. My favorite pizza at Bread Zeppelin is Born on the Bayou. It's delicious and has jumbo shrimp on it. The brewery is also really cool. It's got its own Untamed Bill of Rights, which I highly recommend checking out. Every single beer there is excellent. My favorite beer at the brewery is solely for the name. I don't actually really love beer, but the Mustache Sally is phenomenal. It's an IPA, and the Hippie Kaye is a hazy IPA, and it's delicious as well. After Sheridan, you'll keep heading south and you'll go to Virginia City, which, fun fact, was the capital of Montana before Helena. It's also home of the story of the Vigilantes. So if you've seen our highway patrol, they all have marks on their patches that say 3777, and it's a really cool story. So head to the museum. It's called The Way That It Was Museum, and you'll learn all about the Vigilantes. I actually think there's a live chopped off foot in that museum you can see too, which is pretty cool. Other fun things to do in Virginia City are the Brewery Follies. They're super fun. They have a stage in an old barn, and I highly recommend getting tickets in advance for that. Also, while you're there, I recommend visiting the Bale of Hay Saloon. It's very cool, very historic, and when you walk in, I recommend looking up and searching for bullet holes that are original. If you have younger people in your group, I highly recommend the candy store, visiting the ice cream parlor, and then hopping on the train, and it takes you around Virginia City. It's very historical and informative. There's 2 stops left. After Virginia City, you'll start making your way back north to Three Forks, and you'll stop in Ennis, Montana. In Ennis, there's of course really great bars. If you're doing this around the 4th of July, there will be a street dance, a really cool parade, and a rodeo. If not during the 4th of July, there's still plenty to do. I recommend visiting Willie's Distillery, and I also recommend all the shopping. There's great shopping, great jewelry stores, and just an all-around beautiful place to hang out for the day. Something to do in Pony, Montana, which is the town you're going to hit after Ennis, is a 10-mile hike to Hollowtop Lake. I don't recommend doing this incorporated with the road trip. It is noteworthy and really special, and I recommend you try it, but outside of the road trip. It is 10 miles. It's medium to difficult in skill level. Completely worth it at the top. Beautiful lake, hardly any people, might see a bear. Pony, Montana is your quintessential American West town. There's maybe 100 people that live there. There's a 150-year-old bar that was established there during the gold rush, and it's really cool. Highly recommend having a beer there, grabbing a burger, and just conversing with the locals a little bit. There's a lot of history on the walls there as well. After Pony, you'll round out the road trip in Three Forks, Montana at the famous Sacagawea Bar and Hotel. Three Forks is your final stop on the road trip, and it's also a very significant stop on the Lewis and Clark Trail. Here at the headwaters of the Missouri River, Sacagawea was reunited with her brother along the Lewis and Clark Trail. After that reunion, the Sacagawea Hotel and Bar was founded in 1910. If you do decide to indulge in this road trip, please let me know when you're doing it. I would love to see photos and maybe learn something along the way that you think might be helpful for the road trip. If you do not want to drive this road trip, I totally understand. I don't do it either. You can absolutely hire a driver through Home Connect to drive you through this amazing road trip. Something I definitely want to mention is that if you want the more scenic route, which would be starting in Three Forks, taking 287 to Montana 2, and then you'll head to Sheridan that way, and it'll follow along the Jefferson River. It's very beautiful.